In today's podcast is the extremely important podcast if you are watching after the CAT, PGDBA, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Analytics. Three big institutions, three different mindset, three different campuses ka exposure, management, technology, statistics. If all comes together, this brings the PGDBA. This is going to be beyond brochure, beyond Gyan, and I'll try to bring beyond the website knowledge. You people have a great profile. Mahatma Gandhi National Fellowship, Airport Authority, we have the 5 year का work at L&T का technology, then the Quant faculty. मतलब stellar profile ही जाते हैं क्या? Are you actually the competitors of coders? क्या ये course coders को kill करेगा? Or you are saying कि the AI is going to kill the coding? Most students heard about the analytics, data, business. I want to know in the simple word. आप बताओ कि what is the PGDB? ये course क्या है? Hello everyone. Welcome to the world of Amiya, where we talk about the careers beyond just CAT, beyond just MBA, and into the real futures ready programs. If I'm not wrong, this program is the PGDBA. In today's podcast is the most important or the extremely important podcast if you are watching after the CAT, because we are talking about one of the most underrated, misunderstood, yet powerful program in India. That program is PGDBA, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Analytics, jointly offered by IIM Calcutta, IIM Kharagpur, and ISI Kolkata. Yes, you heard it right. Three big institutions, तीन बड़े institutions, three different mindset, three different campuses का exposure, management, technology, statistics. If all comes together, this brings the PGDBA. I'm saying the PGDBA, India's oldest, most renowned course when we talk about the business analytics. And here I am, or our complete panelist is going to help you to understand this course from inside. इसलिए मैंने इनको बुलाया है कि चलो, और बहुत रिक्वेस्ट की मैंने इनसे कि तुम आ जाओ, एंड राइट नाउ ये रात के 10 बजे हैं, खड़गपुर में अपना टाइम एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, बट मैंने कहा कि आओ देखते हैं क्या है क्या नहीं है. इन दिस पॉडकास्ट दिस इज गोइंग टू बी बियॉन्ड ब्रोशर, बियॉन्ड ज्ञान, एंड आई ट्राई टू बिंग बियॉन्ड द वेबसाइट नॉलेज. कि वेबसाइट में क्या लिखा है वो तो अच्छी बात है, देखते हैं ना रियल स्टूडेंट का एक्सपीरियंस क्या हो सकता है. वी हैव स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम द बैच 10 एंड द बैच 11, दैट इज द सीनियर एंड द करंट बैच ऑफ द पीजीडीबीए. आप अगर ज्वाइन करोगे पीजीडीबीए, दैट वुड बी द बैच ऑफ 12. सो आई वांट ये जो पैनलिस्ट है हमारे, दैट्स में द टू लेडी एंड द एनालिटिक्स अपने आप में डेडली कॉम्बिनेशन है. एंड द टू जेंटलमैन, प्लीज कैन यू इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ सो दैट एक ब्रीफ आइडिया मिल जाए हमारे व्यूअर्स को भी कि हमारे पैनल्स में कौन कौन है. प्लीज एनीवन स्टार्ट.
Okay, so yeah, I am Mohsin, born and brought up in Mumbai, and I did my BTech in Mechanical Engineering from Mumbai, Sardar Patel College of Engineering. And post that, I have worked as an associate engineer at L&T Technology Services. And after that, I also worked as a quantitative aptitude and the ILR mentor at IMS Learning Resources. And after that, during my career gap, I came into the world of coding. I was exploring coding and I was already into math. So I thought of why not try to do something which is related to both maths and coding, and hence I found out the field of data science. And moving forward, I found out this course named PGDBA, which was introduced by or given by three big giants in the educational field, and hence I decided to join PGDBA.
Welcome, Moshi. Yes, Shali ma'am, please.
Hello, I'm Saili. I'm born and brought up in Pune. I completed my engineering in 2018 from College of Engineering Pune. I did my BTech in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. Post BTech, I worked for 5 years in oil and gas industry. I worked for 3 years at HPCL Hindustan Petroleum as an area sales manager, and then I worked at Repos Energy as a program manager. Having a rich experience of 5 years in business development and overall management, I always felt that in the coming business, the way business is growing, there's a high reliance and high dependence on analytics, which is where I can actually bring my expertise. And then I came across this course, PGDBA. After having 5 years of experience, I doubted whether I should actually go back to college. But then I thought that this is the course offered by three institutes, which can actually add value to my overall experience and from where I can actually scale my career. So yeah, I did my PGDBA in the batch of 24-26, and currently I'm interning at Oliver Wyman as a data science intern.
Great. Welcome, Shali. Yeah, please. So both of you are the batch 10, the senior batch.
Yes.
Now come to the batch 11. So let's start with the Siddhant first.
So, hello everyone. I am Siddhant Gupta. I completed my graduation in electrical engineering from IIT Kharagpur in 2017. Post that, I started my preparation for UPSC Civil Services exam, and I gave 3 attempts. Spent 3 years there. In 2021, I joined the Ministry of Skill Development as Mahatma Gandhi National Fellow, and I worked there for almost 8 months. And after that, I joined Airports Authority of India in 2022 and joined as an operations executive. And from 22 to 25, I worked in Airports Authority of India, where I realized that I think I should make a career shift. And I was actually involved in some of the work in AI optimizing systems, where I realized that I think that work will suit me more. And I started exploring for the courses, where I saw this PGDBA course, and I decided to join that.
Great. So great exposure. Thanks and welcome,
Thank you.
Siddhant. Yeah, Pragati, please.
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Pragati. I'm from Hyderabad. I did my engineering in electronics and communication from Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology in 2021. Since then, I was working as an SDE at JP Morgan and Chase for the last 3.5 years. During this time, I worked on a couple of projects. In some of those projects, I actually got to interact with a few data scientists, and they were our clients. And while interacting with them, I realized the kind of stuff that they work on, and it took me a lot of it really intrigued me to go beyond just building like web applications and go into actually delve into this field, because that is definitely the future, and coding is definitely like earlier mentioned is going to be replaced by AI bots. So I really wanted to go into this field, and I initially did consider online options, but I realized that if you actually want to be good in this field, you need very strong foundations, and you need to go beyond just the coding aspect, which is when I came across this course, which offers a very wholesome blend of the math behind and how to engineer the algorithms into life, along with the business implications and decision making. And personally, I never wanted to be in technology alone. And I see that which is why I didn't want to do just the online courses. And I see that this course just opens a lot of doors for you. It allows you to also go into like quant heavy, math heavy roles. You can also explore tech heavy roles like data science or AI engineer or ML engineers. And it also offers you to go into AI product management, AI consultancy, and things like that. So I was very intrigued by that unique blend that it offered, which is why I really wanted to explore this course before it's too late, you know. So yeah, that's pretty.
Great. So before starting this first segment, I have done a lot of research on this course, and even मैंने अपने बच्चों से बात किया कि आपको क्या क्वेश्चन चाहिए. तो the first segment we are going to cover is what is PGDBA and why it is unique. But उससे पहले अभी जो आपने अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दिया, सो आई काउंटेड ऑन अ फिंगर्स, वी हैव राइट नाउ 12 to 16 ईयर का वर्क एक्स आप लोग चारों को. दैट इज, आप डरा रहे हो क्या? द वर्क एक्स पीपल आर रिक्वायर्ड इन द पीजीडीबीए, और फेसेस भी कर सकते हैं. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, यू पीपल हैव अ ग्रेट प्रोफाइल, महात्मा गांधी नेशनल फेलोशिप, एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी, देन द वी हैव द 5 ईयर का वर्क एक्स, एलएनटी का टेक्नोलॉजी, देन द क्वांट फैकल्टी. मतलब स्टेलर प्रोफाइल ही जाते हैं क्या? मतलब इसमें मेरे को बताओ कि वो बच्चा जो नॉर्मल है, आपके बैच में कोई नॉर्मल बच्चा है क्या, या सबके सब आपके जैसे तोप है, या किसको तैयारी करनी चाहिए? पहला ये क्या है कि कोई एक फ्रेशर तैयारी कर सकता है क्या, या नॉर्मल प्रोफाइल हो? क्योंकि आप तो मतलब आपको तो इंडस्ट्री सीधा पिक कर लेगी. तो विल स्टार्ट विद द पीजीडीबीए. किसे करना चाहिए? व्हाट शुड बी द क्राइटेरिया, प्लीज एनीवन?
Sir, I think there is a very good mix of people. We have approximately 15 to 20 freshers in our batch too, and people like me who have like long years of experiences. So I don't think it is biased towards any of the segment, that well it should be freshers or people with experience. And this is how I think most of the college wants also. They want diversity in the student segment, because when I interact with someone who is a little younger than me, who is just out of the college, and we interact with each other, sometimes new ideas come up. So I don't think you can just list down things that these are the requirements for the course. Anybody, I think the one genuine requirement for the course is you have to have interest in mathematics, and that is it. Is the only sole requirement of the course.
Great. So if you love mathematics, as others said, the codings, if in the love, this course is yours. इन्हें देख के डरना नहीं कि दैट्स ओनली वर्क जाते हैं, आप भी जा सकते हो इफ यू आर गोइंग टू क्रैक द एग्जामिनेशन. हम डिस्कस करेंगे जाते हैं क्या नहीं जाते. एक क्वेश्चन मैं और स्टार्ट करना चाहता हूं, पूछना चाहता हूं बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द सेगमेंट 1. प्रगति सेड, आर यू एक्चुअली द कॉम्पिटिटर्स ऑफ कोडिंग, कोडर्स? क्या ये कोर्स कोडर्स को किल करेगा? और यू आर सेइंग कि द एआई इज गोइंग टू किल द कोडिंग? तो कोडर्स को ये कोर्स तो करना ही चाहिए, कंपलसरी है, नहीं तो उनकी लाइफ तो फिर बर्बाद हो जाएगी ना. व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर?
That's not what I meant. I did want to shift into this space because it definitely is the future, but it can never completely replace SD roles. I mean, you can.
Obviously, I'm not saying it is going to replace, but it's going to add value in their profile.
Of course, it definitely is going to add a lot of value into into their profiles, because nowadays nobody is going to write code from scratch. It's all AI assisted coding, and in fact everything is being automated, AI automated. Nothing is going to remain like you have to put your hands on the get your hands dirty.
Definitely.
So everything you need to be aware. At least awareness is extremely necessary.
So if you are into the hardcore coding, if you love maths, I would say please explore these type of course, especially the PGDBA. यहाँ पे 3 बड़े दिग्गज मिल रहे हैं, दैट इज IIM Calcutta, ISI एंड द KGP. कहना ही नहीं है, इसे एक्सप्लोर करो. कैट जैसा भी गया हो, इफ यू आर टारगेटिंग द टॉप 20 क्वेश्चन जो भी हो, इस कोर्स को तो एग्जाम को तो देना चाहिए जहां तक मुझको लगता है, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज रिलेटेड टू द टेक्नोलॉजी राइट नाउ. एंड विदाउट AI तो मुझे नहीं लगता है कि आफ्टर, जो मैं समझता हूँ, 5 to 10 years मैक्सिमम इज द वर्ल्ड ऑफ AI रूल करेगा, चाहे वो AI हो या ML हो, जो भी हो. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द फर्स्ट सेगमेंट. व्हाट इज PGDBA एंड व्हाई इट इज यूनिक, इसको डिस्कस करते हैं. So most student heard about the analytics, data, business. I want to know in the simple words. आप बताओ कि what is the PGDBA, कोर्स क्या है, एंड क्या ये एक्चुअली MBA और MBA एनालिटिक्स के साथ है, डेटा साइंस से कोर्स क्या है, पर इस कोर्स के बारे में बताइए. तो देन विल स्टार्ट. एनीवन प्लीज.
So in my opinion, I would say PGDBA is a junction of all the three. That is, you should have good mathematical skills and you should also have some good technical understanding of coding, which you do learn during the course of time in the course. And the third important part is the management thing that you learn from IIM Calcutta. So what PGDBA basically is, it is giving you three different things or three different knowledge aspects which are required in the field of data science. And all the three are basically something which go hand in hand with each other. So if you miss out any aspect out of the three, so basically you cannot become a good data scientist. So the exposure that PGDBA is giving you across all the three campuses in the 5 months tenure at each campus is something which is very unique to the course. And I think no other data science course in India is giving you such kind of an exposure. You learn mathematics from the top minds of mathematics from ISI Kolkata. You would learn coding and subjects related to coding at IIT Kharagpur from the top minds of people who have cracked JEE Advanced or are teaching students who have cracked JEE and entered into IIT. And you would be learning management from top professors from IIM Calcutta. So it's giving you a perfect blend of all the three things that is required to become a proper data scientist or a business analyst in the future.
Great. So it's a great learning. 3 campuses, and the exposure of the 3 campuses is going to have the immense, I would say, it is going to be the deadly combination. In a simple words, my one question to in this segment, it is more technical or it is business oriented?
I would say it will give you a flavor of everything. It is on you how you make your profile there. It is also on your interest. If you are much into mathematics, you can build your profile towards quant trading or quant developers, where you can actually mold your career there. If you're more into tech coding, you can build your career into actually building the AI bots. Or if you're more into business, you can again mold your career towards AI consulting or AI strategy consulting. So it is based on your own experience, your own interest. This course will offer you everything. It depends on you how you take that and you build your career ahead. So it actually gives you a very broad scope to build your career however you want it. And I think it's not necessary that you decide and come here. You just go through the process. You will eventually figure out what you actually want to do after this course, I would say.
Great. So what kind of student fits for the PGDBA the best?
If you are really interested into data science, you're very पहले से आपको पता है कि मुझे data science ही करना है, go for it. There is no process or no thought you should give it. Second, if you're a fresher, if you're thinking, or if you have heard that data science is booming or anything, then also you can be just go through it, just go into it, because the process or the way the course is being structured, you'll be trained well for a fresher also. And for experienced people, I'll say if you really want to switch your career or if you want to enhance your career, the alumni base or the three brands along with the curriculum will add much value to your career growth path, I can say.
Great. Now here the one major confusion among the aspirants is eligibility. So let me ask bluntly and clearly, who are eligible for the PGDBA? Looking for the academic backgrounds, कौन allowed हैं? Is engineering compulsory? Can non-IIT, non-NIT people crack the PGDBA? और the work ex का तो हमने discuss कर लिया है. So what is the eligibility?
Okay, I'll answer. So basically, you should have a BTech degree. One eligibility is a BTech degree. If you are an engineer, you are eligible. If you don't have a BTech degree or a 4-year course, it is 3+2. So if you have BSc plus MSc or BCom plus MCom, everybody is eligible, 3+2 years. Moreover, there is certain criteria for the minimum number of marks. I'm not very sure. I think it's 65% or 6.5 CGPA. So I think yes, only these are the major eligibility criteria for anybody who can get. Now coming to your second question, that if only IITs and NIT people can crack it. No, it is not right. There are so many. I agree that 50% of the people in our batch are from IITs and NITs, but the rest 50% are from other colleges, because it tests your basic mathematics knowledge of the 11th and 12th level. So anybody with a decent amount of preparation will be able to crack it.
Okay, so what is about the selection process? कितने phases में होता है, क्या होता है?
Okay, so there are two phases. One is written test, and it consists of 150 marks. They ask you 50 questions in that paper. 25 are from quant section, and here quant does not means the typical cat quant. Here quant means some mathematics questions that varies from differentiability, limits, basically calculus, probability, PNC, and other things from the 11th and 12th. The 15 questions are from verbal ability, and rest 10 questions, one is a logical reasoning set, and one is a data interpretation set. So that is all 50 questions, and that total constitutes of 150 marks, 3 positive and 1 negative mark. And then if you are qualified for the written test, then you go to the interview, and then they come up with the final list.
Okay, so if I'm not wrong, that's if you are 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, that means minimum 14 years of learning is required. 10 plus 2 plus 4 or 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. So in the written test, we'll first talk about the written test because this is the most important. Which one is the most toughest part? Like the verbal, reasoning or the quant? Because cat जनता prepare quant means arithmetic पढ़ लो, algebra पढ़ लो, geometry पढ़ लो, हो जाएगा. And here you said limits, differentiation. तो ये कितना टफ होता है और कहाँ से पढ़ना हो चाहिए? आपने कहाँ से पढ़ा? Because सिद्धांत, you are like coming back to home. KGP to KGP वापस आ गए.
Yes.
हाँ, IIT KGP मतलब वापस बैक. सो जस्ट ओपन टू ऑल. भाई ये बताओ कि क्वांट पढ़े तो कहाँ से पढ़े? अभी तक तो हमने वो सॉल्व करना था, अलजेब्रा अरिथमेटिक रटे जा रहे थे, A प्लस B प्लस कुछ भी पढ़े जा रहे थे, प्रॉफिट लॉस डिस्काउंट. यहाँ पे वी हैव अ क्वांट.
I would like to take. Like I was preparing for this exam after almost 5 years of working. No connection with studies for a long year after BTech and having worked in complete business and management domain. But still, I would say quant is the most difficult. Not difficult. but if you actually study 10+2 level ka mathematics, you will be able to do it. So if you have earlier given JE, just revise those concepts and you can do it. I would say there's no specific course also required. If you just do the NCERT syllabus, you can do it. For me, I was required to take a course because मुझे एक discipline चाहिए था पढ़ाई में, because I was studying after a long time. But कोई भी एक basic course कर लो, and even if you don't take a course, NCERT का syllabus से कर लो, you'll be able to crack Quant. And verbal DI is much easier than CAT, I would say.
इतना
So
इजी तो
not
नहीं
much
होगा यार,
preparation.
जितना इजी
If
आपने
you
बोल
if
दिया कि
you
चलो
have
कर लो हो जाएगा, दैट इज 5 years, इतना इजी तो नहीं होगा.
But I would say verbal and DI, if you have done for CAT, that is sufficient. No extra work you
दैट
would
इज
have to do
वर्बल
for
एंड
this.
LRDA तो हो
Yeah, yeah.
जाता है. नाउ द
If you
क्वांट.
have worked for CAT, it will be done. For Quant,
तो मोशीन,
I would say NCERT syllabus you can help you.
आपने क्वांट और LRDA को पढ़ाया
Hmm.
इन योर कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट,
Yeah.
देन यू क्रैक्ड इट.
Yes.
भैया आप बताओ कि क्या पढ़े कि क्रैक हो
I
जाएगा.
I think
बिना
as
एनी
Saili
कोर्स, कोई
mentioned,
कोर्स नहीं लेना है अगर किसी को सेल्फ स्टडी
हाँ
करनी
हाँ
है.
एकदम
हाँ.
simplified way में as Saili mentioned, NCERT is more than enough. So in my preparation, what approach I had used is like I first gave 1 or 2 mocks, and from that I came to know what are my weaker topics in the 11th and 12th mathematics part. And then I tried to prepare those topics from the NCERT book and eventually kept on improving upon them and gave subsequent number of mocks later on. And talking about the difficulty of LRDI and VRC, as you mentioned, so the main thing or the main difference between CAT and PGDBA would be the time slot that is given. So in CAT, you would have 66 questions and 120 minutes. And also, you cannot switch amongst sections in CAT. You have to go section by section. And in PGDBA, the ratio is completely different. You have 50 questions and 180 minutes. So it's like you have more than 3 minutes per question. So even if the level of LRDI or VRC is going up a bit in any year, and it has happened that at some years it goes at par with the level of CAT, but the time limit that PGDBA gives, so the time that PGDBA offers in the exam, makes things a little bit simpler when compared to CAT.
So there is no sectional timing. It's a
Yeah,
open
there is no
180
sectional
minutes.
timing, one more important thing.
Fine. And the second is there a sectional cutoff?
No, there is no sectional cutoff as well. There is an overall cutoff.
So चलो आओ हम लोग बात करते हैं क्वांट मैथ्स टीचर टू मैथ्स टीचर. ठीक है मोशी? ठीक है, बिकॉज यू आर अ मैथ्स टीचर, मैं भी हुआ करता हूँ, था भी. जैसे कैट में होता है ना, सॉरी डिस्टर्ब कर रहा हूँ आप लोग को, आप लोग सुनो बस. कैट में हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, हम लोग नहीं, मैं नहीं बोलता हूँ, बात लोग बोलते हैं ये एक टॉपिक छोड़ दो हो जाएगा, वो टॉपिक छोड़ दो हो जाएगा. क्या मैं डिफरेंशिएशन और इंटीग्रेशन छोड़ दूं तो मेरा PGDBA निकलेगा? मेरा मीन्स एज ए नॉन बच्चा मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. ये डिफरेंशिएशन तक तो ठीक है, इंटीग्रेशन थोड़ा सा हैवी हो जाता है. तो अगर मैं इसको छोड़ दूं और VALR और क्वांट मतलब और रीजनिंग पे फोकस कर जाऊं, मैट्रिक्स डिमांड तक हैंडल हो जाता है, इंटीग्रेशन थोड़ा टफ हो जा रहा है, तो चलेगा, निकल सकता है क्या?
No, I don't think so, because I think you have to cover up maximum number of topics in the PGDB exam, because there is a lot of time limit. So everybody is able to solve each and every question. So that is the main game over there. CAT mein you have to be really selective. You have to select like only if I solve only 12 questions out of 22, I would be able to cross the 99.5 percentile mark. But in PGDBA, everybody is well prepared who are serious aspirants, so they are definitely going to solve all the 50 questions. So you cannot take the room or chance of leaving any topic in PGDBA exam, in my opinion.
And also, many
please
times
continue.
the questions are never from a single topic. One question will test you on limits plus differentiation plus maybe some probability. It's a blend of two or three concepts. So it's never a single topic that's being tested. So it's a blend of 2, 3 topics that's being tested. So if you're good at two things, you almost solved it, but you cannot get to the answer. So I don't think
प्रगति एक दो क्वेश्चन आउट करो ना आप.
हाँ
एक दो क्वेश्चन आउट करो आप
मुझे
बच्चों
नहीं
के लिए.
पता.
No,
No.
you people, that's the maturity. Look, why I do the podcast, because मुझे भी बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. That's people say Mohsin, that's the maturity कि आपको सब करना है. Here I would like to add, CAT में कोई भी आके CAT दे देता है. Like we have 2.5 lakhs जनता, PGDBA on the serious लोग देते हैं. तो if you are a serious, you should complete all the syllabus, जितना हो सकता है करो. Then फिर आगे हम लोग बात करते हैं. Okay, एग्जाम्स कब होने वाला है, फॉर्म्स कब निकलने वाला है? PGDBA का भी क्या है, फॉर्म्स अभी आया नहीं है शायद, इफ वी आर रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन 22 ऑफ जैन। बच्चों को बताओ कैसे कैसे प्रोसेस होने वाला है, कब फॉर्म्स होगा, एग्जाम्स कब होंगे, कितना टाइम है, एनी डेडलाइन और कुछ टेंटेटिव?
I think they usually get out right now during this time is when the forms are released, and the exam is usually held in March, mid-March, and after that the interviews are usually in May, April,
Yeah.
May.
So the timeline is usually the end of January. आपका फॉर्म्स आ जाएगा, then you fill the forms and the March tentatively meet. You have the PGDBA का written test, then interview, followed then फिर the final admission. चलो, प्रगति ने एंड मौसी ने जो बताया हमने किया, हमारा रिटर्न निकल चुका है। अब इंटरव्यू के लिए क्या प्रिपरेशन करें? टेल मी अबाउट योरसेल्फ। ये बिकॉज कैट में तो आधी जनता एचआर क्वेश्चन में लग देती है, यहाँ पे एचआर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया या प्रोफाइल ड्रिवन क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, यूपी पर वर्क हैवी या मैथ्स हैवी था, क्या था इंटरव्यू, कैसे हुआ इन नटसेल? आप लोग, मैं चारों से सुनना चाहता हूँ कि आपके इंटरव्यूज में क्या था।
Yes, sir. I'll start then.
Sure.
First of all, the panel is very interesting. So you get three people in the panel, and from one professor from each of the institute, IIM, ISI, and IIT. And during the interview, also you will realize that which one belongs to which, because the type of questions they ask, you'll understand that he or she's from IIM or IIT. Now, coming back to the interview, as different people have very different profile, the best you can do is you prepare your profile well. So I'll just tell you my experiences. I was in a completely different domain than data science or than the tech part. I was in UPSC preparation and then in the operations part. So, but I knew that giving the background I have, and moreover, my UPSC optional subject was also mathematics. So I prepared probability and statistics and linear algebra well for the interview. And more than that, I did not prepare anything from the maths part. And the interview was also focused on these two topics, and they somehow mixed my current work with the mathematics part, with the probability. I don't know how good these professors are. So when I told them, first they were very interested in knowing that how at the airport actually works, what work I do. And then they frame questions in that only, that what is the probability that it will not rain in the next 3 days, or the flight will land eventually in a week. So it was a mix of my profile and my basic mathematics. And as far as I know, for some people who had some background in data analytics or data science, they went deep into their field and asked them questions in depth. But that was not in my case. So the one suggestion I'll give is prepare your profile well, what you are currently doing, and if you are able to explain them, irrespective if it's relevant to the current, if it's relevant to the mathematics or statistics or not, just prepare a profile well and some basic mathematics.
Great. शाली, आपसे क्या क्या था?
I would say the same what Siddhant said. Prepare well on your profile. Have a very good reasoning behind why PGDBA, and it should not be a doctored answer. It should be much personal, and I would say be genuine. Why do you want to do it? They actually take it very positively. Why do you want to do PGDBA? So few maths questions they do ask. If you are from a CS background, they'll do ask you some coding questions or related to software questions. For me, I was not from that background, so no questions were asked from software based. Few simple maths questions around linear algebra and probability they had asked me. A large amount of my interview again went on my profile. I came from an oil and gas, and during that time, it was a Russia-Ukraine war was going on. So a lot of questions went on current affairs. I won't say much on the news part of it, but the way they connected the current affairs of oil and gas, the how Russian-Ukraine war is going to affect oil and gas, how it is going to affect oil and gas business, how is it going to affect the economy, how the pricing will be affected, and how they connected entirely to data science and probability is what same thing what happened with Siddhant. So as it was on my profile based, for me it went really well. So have a very good command on your profile, know the current aspects, at least related to your profile, basic economic stuff if it is related to your profile, and basic maths, linear algebra, stats, and probability, at least basic answers which you have prepared during written, you should remember during the interview. That I would say.
Yeah, Pragati.
Yeah, so I completely agree with what Siddhant and Saili said. It's a very subjective experience. Like, it's very subjective to your profile, and I feel that you also have a capability to steer the interview in the direction you want to. So everything and anything you claim that you bring to the table, be very careful with what you say, with the words you choose, because they will definitely grill you on that. So if you mention that I worked on this project, they will definitely grill you on what goes behind the project. Why did you choose this algorithm? Why not this algorithm? This also does the same thing that this does. What extra does it do? Why exactly this? And they're very good at what they do. So be very careful whenever you claim that you bring something to the table. Be very thorough with it, and you have the capability to steer the interview. They're very open to, if you don't know something, just be clear that I am not. So if you're not from a statistics background, you can clearly say that no, I don't really have a background. I've prepared this and this is what I can answer, and you can just be very clear and open. So I personally deliberately spoke about my projects at work. I was working on a Gen AI project and I deliberately spoke about it, and they really found they were intrigued by it and they kept asking questions on it. And that's how I steered my interview in that direction, because I was not very comfortable with statistics back then. And I openly told that to them, and they were very open to it and they were very kind with it. And also be prepared with some general current affairs, especially the government projects. If there's any government initiative that's going on related to data science or AI or anything, they usually ask about these government initiatives. And also general, like Siley said, you need to have a genuine reason why you want to join the program. Plus, you also have to know about the program. They also ask you questions if whether you have actually explored the program or you just came, like this is just one of the other courses you're attempting. So just know about what institute does what are the courses. Show some genuine interest, and it's not very difficult. You prepare your profile very well, and you can steer the interview in the direction that you want them, and they're very open to it. So yeah.
Great. Moshin, about the interview.
Yeah, so I agree with all the three about the direction in which the interview goes. So it's completely subjective. So in my case, it started with why PGDBA, and I had given a creative answer for that. Like, I was into mathematics, I started exploring coding, and I was also a CAT teacher, so I had some business inclination as well. So this gives me a combination of all the three. So later on, the things came up like, so you said that you explored data science in your career gap. So you must be knowing some data science. So what all things do you know? And from there on, the interview went into some of the basics of data science, like what this algorithm is, what is simple linear regression, how do you handle errors, what are errors in regression, all those kind of stuff. So as I mentioned that I have some knowledge in data science, so interview went into that direction. And since I was a math faculty back then as well, so I think 3 or 4 questions came from the math side as well. One was from probability and one was regarding what would be the roots of this equation or something of that sort. And later on, they asked me like, uh, have you read newspapers since the last 7 days? And my answer was yes, because I was definitely reading because of the interviews. So they were like, would you like to lighten up some of the news that you read on the internet? So I told them 2, 3 facts, and interview went for 5, 10 minutes into one of the directions, just to see like whether I'm able to perform well in the part which I'm uncomfortable, whether I'm able to perform well in that part or not. So yeah, it is completely subjective, and it also depends, in my opinion, on how do you answer why PGDBA.
So if I'm not wrong, the mean interview depends upon what's your first few questions, how you answered. Then they pick some of the topics, then the cross question फिर आते हैं और पता नहीं कहीं से प्रोबेबिलिटी में घुस जाते हैं. मैथ्स तो ले ही आएंगे जो भी आईएसआई का होगा वहां पे पैनल में. देन ब्रिंग द क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं, अच्छा करते हैं, तो ठीक है. ये सब तो हमने डिस्कस किया कि वी क्रैक्ड समथिंग. अब रही बात, कम टू द बेस्ट पार्ट और द बिगर पिक्चर. टेल मी व्हाट द कोर्स लाइक द एमबीए में सबको पता है कि होगा, फिर एसआईपी का प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होगा, घुसने के साथ ही हमारा इंटरव्यू हो, मतलब रिज्यूमे फिक्स होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. देन एसआईपी होगा, नेक्स्ट ईयर हम समर्स इंटर्नशिप में जाएंगे, देन फिर फाइनल प्लेसमेंट होगा. यहाँ प्रोसेस क्या है, क्या कहाँ पे कहाँ क्या हो सकता है, मतलब बच्चों को अगर पता होना चाहिए वी फर्स्ट कहाँ जाते हैं, फिर किस कैंपस में जाते हैं, और फाइनली किस कैंपस से हम प्लेसमेंट लेके निकलते हैं, और इंटर्नशिप कैसे होता है, क्या होता है. ब्रीफ समरी प्लीज कि हाउ इज द लाइफ इंटर्नशिप इज ऑल अबाउट.
Okay,
तो
so
ज्वाइनिंग कहाँ होती है, पहले आप लोग कहाँ जाते हो?
yeah, so first we go to the IIM Calcutta campus for around 45 days, and that phase is called the pre-semester phase. So there you would be having 5 subjects, which would cover some part of business analytics and some part of management as well. And then after the completion of that, you go to ISI Kolkata, where you get to learn subjects on mathematics. And the tenure, I think, is of roughly about 4.5 months over there. And after completing your tenure at ISI Kolkata, we go to IIT Kharagpur for 4 months. And after IIT Kharagpur, we again come back to IIM Calcutta for our third semester. And the internship process happens midway in the IIMC semester, that is the third semester. And IIMC semester ends at around October, and the internships also begin around the end or mid of the October, and it goes on till the April. So basically, we have a 6 months internship program. So
So
this is the
internship,
complete cycle of
6 month,
yeah,
and is it paid or what?
yeah, it is paid.
मतलब ये तो अच्छा है ना। एमबीए में 2 महीने का पैसा मिलता है, यहाँ 6 महीने कमा रहे हो आप लोग, तो काफी
Now
अच्छा
I know what would be your next question.
है। What would be the answer of my next question?
So anybody
So
would like to answer it?
no, to leave it. So you people are right now the batch 10 D saw Oliver Wylam. So Wyman, sorry. How are the internship selection process? क्या हुआ था? What kind of roles did you offer? Did you offer? They offer to you? और द हार्डकोर इंडेक्स क्वेश्चन था, क्वेश्चंस क्या पूछते हैं वहां पे, और द वर्कलोड क्या होता है, मतलब फॉर यू पीपल, बिकॉज एमबीए को तो पता होता है कि सेल्स मार्केटिंग कुछ कर रहे होंगे, आपके लिए क्या था? टेल मी व्हाट इंटर्नशिप प्रोसेस का क्या था?
Sahili, would you like to take this?
यस।
Yeah, sure. So the process usually happens around July, August. So it's a typical placement process like any other MBA college. The companies visit the campus in a fixed window, and they usually have their test plus interviews. Every company has their different process. Talking about the roles, I would say there are a variety of roles that every company offers. A few roles were on quant research. Some roles were on financial research analyst. Few were on data science intern, which were more based on product based. Few consulting companies came who offered data science consultant roles. So a variety of roles were being offered by multiple companies. So once you get a placement offer in August, after completion of the IIM semester in October, you then join the internship in October, which continues till April. So you get a good 6 months of experience as an intern learning in that particular company.
Great. So just one question, but is the average internship paid? That is क्या होता है एसआईपी का एवरेज क्या है?
I would
Would you
say
like to
the
quote or pass?
detailed stats would be there on the website. So जिसको भी डिटेल देखना है वेबसाइट पे जाके ब्रोशर तो देख ही सकता है, प्लेसमेंट ब्रोशर,
Okay,
इंस्टेड ऑफ बी
fine.
कोटिंग इट एक्सप्लिसिटली.
तो चलो ठीक है, दैट्स इवेंट कुछ भी हो, दैट्स यू हैव द कैलकाटा का डिग्री है। ऐसे भी लोग बोलते हैं कि आफ्टर द पीजी कोई भूखा नहीं मरता है, एंड यू हैव कैलकाटा, यू हैव आईएसआई, यू हैव द केजीपी 3 बैक डिग्री, एंड फिर सिद्धांत के चेस्ट में तो पीजीडीबीए का कैलकाटा का भी सिंबल है, तो फिर पैसे तो मिल ही जाएंगे। मतलब जहां खड़ा होगा वहीं से पैसे की लाइन स्टार्ट होगी, कम हो या ज्यादा हो सेकेंडरी चॉइस है, मतलब ये आपको डिसाइड करना है।
If I
एनालिटिक्स का
have to answer it shortly, it is comparable to top B schools, even the internship type.
यू आर इन टॉप बी स्कूल ऑब्वियसली, आप केजीपी में खड़े हो, आप आईएसआई में हो, आप सी में हो, तो डेफिनेटली टॉप होगा। मतलब मैं सुनना चाहता था कि इतने पैसे मिलते हैं, जो अच्छा लगता है ना। एमबीए का मतलब ये तो मेरी आजकल तो जो भी मतलब इन्फ्लुएंसर होता है वो स्टार्ट यही करता है, इतने पैसे इतने रुपीज में इतने का इंटर्नशिप मिलेगा आपको, लाइक एक्स रुपीज इतना रिटर्न, तो सोचना क्या था, मैं वही पूछ रहा था, बट मुझे कुछ मतलब नहीं है। सो वी हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, मैथ्स हैवी है, ये है वो है। भाई साहब ये बताओ, पीजीडीबीए में वो लाइफ है जो पीजीपी में मिलता है बच्चों को, दैट इज अ इवनिंग लाइफ, डू हैव द 11। हमारे एमबीए में क्या होता है कि 23/59 का डेडलाइन होता है कि इसमें सबमिट करो, देन वी हैव अ असाइनमेंट का प्रोसेस, देन फेस्ट होंगे। बहुत अच्छी लाइफ चल रही है अभी, बिग कैंपस में फेस्ट चल रहा है। आपके कॉलेज में कोई लाइफ है या बस आके पढ़ाई पढ़ाई मैथ्स करना है? हम 2 साल में कुछ लाइफ एंजॉय कर पाएंगे क्या? प्लीज एनीवन, डू यू हैव द लाइफ? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द लाइफ, नॉट अबाउट द लर्निंग। या शाली एंड द मशीन, आपने 2 साल अपने मतलब सर मैक्सिमम टाइम यहाँ पे बिताया है। देन फिर हम बात करेंगे बैच 11 से भी.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of things to enjoy at all the three campuses. So at ISI, it is very close to the city, so you could anytime go outside the campus and enjoy in the city and enjoy the nightlife over there. And when I talk about IIMC, you would get a lot of exposure or some blending with the IIMC PGP students as well, and you make a lot of bonding with them while playing sports as well. And also coming to the sports part, we do get to participate in the inter-IIM sports fest as well, which is called Sangharsh, which is being held for 4 IIMs, that is IIM A, B, C, and L.
So you
And
have
I
their
did,
own team.
yeah. Sorry, do we have our own team that you are?
That is, yeah, for the IIM Calcutta.
So IIM Calcutta has its own team, and PGDBA students are also eligible to play in that. And this year also, I think 3 students from PGDBA went to play in Sangharsh, and last year 1 student went. Yeah.
So
So
if you have
every
interest in the sports, you could be the participate in the all the fest. Cultural fest में भी
yes,
आप लोग जाते होगे?
yeah. So IIMC also has a cultural fest called Seven Lakes Fest, which goes on for 3 days, and we can go from ISI Kolkata to IIM Calcutta to enjoy the fest.
So nightlife कैसी है? Apart from the outside, how is the life?
Yeah, so at IIMC, at every Friday you would have parties. Every section would organize some of the other parties, and you do get the liberty and leverage to go to those parties. And it's like a very joyful culture. Even PGP guys would invite you for parties, and you would be able to enjoy them.
So the life is good.
Yeah.
बहुत सही. And the girls, ये तो बॉयज लाइफ एंजॉय करना है. आप लोगों का लाइफ कैसा था?
गर्ल्स का परसेंटेज कम होता है बैच में, बट ओवरऑल 60 की भी जब बैच है तो यू यू एक्चुअली फॉर्म अ वेरी गुड बॉन्ड विथ योर बैचमेट्स. यू नो एवरीवन फ्रॉम द बैच.
एवरीवन
एंड
से याद आया, जस्ट होल्ड ऑन. बैच
या
साइज आपने बताया था 60.
यस
तो सबको तो एक दूसरे का चेहरा पता होगा.
यस यस, नॉट जस्ट चेहरा, सब एक दूसरे को ऑलमोस्ट अच्छे से
मतलब
जान
इन
जाते हैं.
फ्यूचर में फंड्स बहुत
या
इजीली जनरेट हो सकते हैं.
exactly, so you make a very good bond with each other. Apart from the bond you make with the PGP in IIM, with the other branches in IIT and with the MSTAT people in ISI, you also make a very good bond within your batch, and obviously they'll help you at any time in your career ahead. Apart from that, these 60 people make you survive the intense career, I would say, the intense entire course, I would say.
And even after the course, you people have a
Yeah.
great WhatsApp group, I think so. भाई प्रॉब्लम है तेरे शहर में कुछ हो रहा है तो बताओ, तो वो उससे
Yes,
बात करेगा उससे.
definitely.
मतलब दैट्स द बेस्ट पार्ट. द लर्निंग कुछ हो या नहीं हो, द अर्निंग ऑफ एनी गुड कोर्स इज द ग्रेट व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप.
And the kind of diversity that we have in our batch. So I being the oldest one in the our group, I could learn much more from the youngest one in the group. They could learn very different things from me. So the ये diversity की वजह से you learn a lot, not just in the course but in personal life also, I would say.
Oh, great. So if I'm not wrong, you have a great networking.
Yeah,
एंड 3 कैंपस में भी आप नेटवर्किंग बना सकते हो इफ यू आर गुड एट
Yeah.
नेटवर्किंग.
exactly. Yes.
आईएमसी
And
में गए वहां भी नेटवर्किंग बना लिया, आईएसआई में गए वहां भी नेटवर्किंग बना लिया. यहाँ मतलब फंडिंग उठाना है ना, तो इससे बेटर कोर्स तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता इफ यू आर प्लानिंग टू गो फॉर द टेक फंड्स अगर उठाना है तो.
and
टेक
you
The
बहुत.
become
strategy is
eligible. Yeah, and you become eligible to be in the alumni group of all the 3 institutes. और जो
तो इसको
60 की
इंक्लूड कर
बैच
लेते हैं.
होती है ना, हाँ 60 की बैच है, it's a great bond that you build with your
and you
दैट्स व्हाई
get to
आज द
sit.
नंबर्स
peers.
की नंबर 60 तो बहुत छोटा, एक फैमिली है ये तो.
Yeah. You
यू
know
नो द
everyone
फेसेस.
from the batch. Yeah.
हाँ, बिकॉज
And
इन
you
और
द.
वो
also
एक
get to sit
काफी
with
अच्छा
BTech people
बॉन्ड हो
guys.
जाता है.
आपके पूरे इंटायर लाइफ का सबसे बेस्ट टाइम कौन सा था अपार्ट फ्रॉम द क्लासरूम? मोशीन से अली,
I think
सिद्धांत.
batch 11 is enjoying it currently. So
Pardon?
Yeah. The time what the batch 11 would be enjoying now, that is the Spring Fest and the Tech Fest of IIT.
I
Yeah,
think this month will going to be very fun for the batchmates. Though it's not new for me, but like जैसे हम लोग आए हैं तो there is Kshitiz, and now this week they have started Spring Fest, and then there will be holidays. Some more celebrations will be there. Elections will be there in KGP, and it's a very lively semester. So luckily, if you have to be in KGP for one semester, this has to be the semester, the spring semester. So that's a good thing.
So
Moreover,
entire
when we
1
were in
year, the
ISI
best semester of KGP is this time, and you
Yes.
are at this time.
at this time, yes. And
there is also a general championship, right? In this
yes, there is
semester.
general championship, there are elections, holidays, two fests are there, and multiple other things are there. And if you have to be in Kolkata, it has to be the last semester because you get to enjoy the Durga Puja. And when your local friends invite you to their homes, you roam around the city and you like witness that. And what I personally believe, the best time to explore any city is the time when you're students.
नाउ हमने देखा सारा प्रोसेस हो गया, अच्छी बात है. व्हाई यू पीपल डिसाइड फॉर द पीजीडीबीए? सिद्धांत यूपीएससी इतना अच्छा वैसा पीजीडीबीए करते हैं, सयाली पीजीडीबीए क्यों सोचा आपने? सो दैट others could inspire from your story and plan to go for the PGDBA and वो decide करें. Why you people decide the PGDBA? Though we discussed this in the pre-interviews, pre-podcast, but please for the viewers.
Sir, for me, I was never in out of touch with mathematics because, as I already told, my optional was mathematics in the UPSC part. And once that journey was over, the preparation phase was over, and I know that I will not continue the preparation. I decided to switch to the corporate sector because I was not like very comfortable in the government setup. So that was a primary thing. That was a very the course offers and the course asks for a good understanding of mathematics. It aligns with my interest, and moreover, I just wanted to explore some tech part because I have never worked in tech, and I realized that even if you go for a managerial role in later in your career, you cannot just like shy away from tech. You should be very comfortable. If not, you don't want to be a hardcore coder or very a tech. I'm not a very techie guy, but you should have some understanding of tech and primarily the interest in my mathematics, and that's what specifically in ISI I really like the course because it is very old school type institute. You solve questions on pen and paper. It's not about very high level things, just basic probability. Professors ask you on the board, solve the probability questions, people clap for you that okay, you solved it correctly, and it was always what I wanted. So that's why it was a major like motivation for me to join this.
Definitely. So यहाँ पे मैं आपको बाकी लोग से पहले ब्रेक करना चाहूंगा. राइट नाउ एक बहुत वेल सिंक फ्रेज है, यूपीएससी एंड्स विद द सी एंड द कैट स्टार्ट विद द सी. तो मतलब एमबीए इज द प्लान बी फॉर द यूपीएससी जनता. एंड आपने एक न्यू पर्सपेक्टिव दिया. इफ यूपीएससी योर ऑप्शनल इज मैथ्स, सोचो भाई पीजीडीबीए के लिए, क्योंकि यूपीएससी में बहुत कुछ है ना. मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि यूपीएससी को छोड़ दो, बट इफ यूर प्लान बी तो इसको हम प्लान बी रख सकते हैं. अगर मैथ्स ऑप्शनल हो डेफिनेटली जाओ.
Of course, sir. As like so many people have this problem that they are out of touch during a UPSC preparation. You are out of touch with the mathematics or the science part. But if your option is mathematics, or be it some people have their engineering degree as an optional, so you are never out of touch with the technical part. So you can anytime go for UPSC. Go
डेफिनेटली,
for
बिकॉज होता क्या है ना
PG.
कि 3 to 4 years देने के बाद लोग ब्लैंक हो जाते हैं कि अब जाए तो जहां जाएगा. यहाँ पे मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगा, फॉर द मिनी बी स्कूल्स यूपीएससी इज नॉट अ ब्रेक, दे आर लुकिंग इट एज अ लर्निंग. खासकर टॉप बी स्कूल में यूपीएससी को पॉजिटिव देखा जा रहा है कि अब तुमने किया है, प्रीलिम्स किया है, तो कुछ तो लर्निंग होगी ही होगी. तो दैट इज अ पीजीडीबीए इज अ कोर्स, बहुत अच्छा है. एंड यू पीपल सैली एंड प्रगति एंड मोशन, प्लीज शॉर्ट रखेंगे हम इसको. व्हाई यू पीपल प्लान द फॉर द पीजीडीबीए? शाली प्लीज.
Okay, so I was working as an area sales manager at HPCL, where I was completely into business, sales, business development, people management. After HPCL, after working in PSU, I thought of shifting to some dynamic environment. Then I shifted to Repos Energy, which is again a startup in oil and gas. There I worked as a program manager, again into people management and business. So having worked for 5 years into business, I actually saw that there is no escape without analytics. Business is evolving a lot. Pure business skills will not help you grow your business, is what I actually learned there. And during this entire, I actually saw my inclination towards data science and analytics more. Ki if I get to know the analytics part of business, I can have my good grasp over my business skills or business management skills, what I actually have. And then I thought that just instead of just doing a normal course, let me switch my career into the tech part of business, I can say. And then I think a formal course, the best formal course was PGDBA for me. I actually explored the other BA courses also. But what actually the best thing could give was, I thought, was PGDBA.
ग्रेट. एंड आपने सोचा 5 साल के बाद गए एग्जाम देने, एग्जाम क्रैक हो गया, इंटरव्यू क्रैक हो गया, एंड फिर लाइफ एंजॉय करना है। आपके लिए तो बहुत इजी लग रहा है ये।
It's not
क्या?
that easy. It was
यू
the
साउंड
2 months of rigorous prep for the entrance exam, I would say. 2 months बस यही prep कर रही थी मैं, along with my ongoing work. थोड़ा सा online ongoing work और इसके साथ balance करना difficult था, but if you do rigorously for that 2 months, it's sufficient, I would
सो
say.
इफ सुन लो बच्चों, अब जो आप देख रहे हो अभी वीडियो को बंद कर देना और रिग्रेस प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करो। कैट हो गया है, यू हैव पीजीडीबीए। IIM कैलकाटा जाना चाहते थे, एक रास्ता खुला हुआ है। माँ बाप आपको आईआईटी नहीं भेज पाई तो केजीपी जा सकते हो। IISI का तो सपना कभी देखा ही नहीं होगा। तो ये 3 सपना आप डेफिनेटली पीजीडीबीए से पूरा कर सकते हो। प्रगति, क्विक।
Yeah. So I was working as an SD at JP Morgan, and in a couple of projects that I was working, I got to interact with a few data science teams and got to see the work that they do. And I was really intrigued by it, and I really wanted to shift into this domain. And initially, to be very honest, I did explore online courses, especially these Scalar and things like that, which offer a 6 month proper comprehensive curriculum. But then after I went through that, I felt that none of them, if you want to actually excel in this field, you need very strong foundations, and that is not being provided by any of these online courses, is what I felt. So, and I was exploring out my options, which is when I came across this PGDBA course, and like I've earlier said, it offers the most wholesome blend of how an algorithm works behind the scenes, the math behind it, understanding it deeply, in-depth understanding, how to engineer it into practice, how to apply it, and then understanding the business implications, when to apply it, and where to apply it, and how to apply it, everything. So I don't think any other course offers such a rigorous and wholesome blend of all these three things. And it also opens a lot of opportunities for you. It opens a lot of doors, which I've earlier mentioned as well. So this course, like it was earlier mentioned in the podcast, you can take this course in the direction that you want to. So if you're more interested in math, you can prepare well in that space and open yourself to quant roles, quant research roles. If you're more into tech, you can go to data science, AI engineer, ML ops, machine learning engineer, any of those roles. And if you're more interested in business, then we have a proper semester in IIM Calcutta, which through which you can go into consultancy roles, AI product management, things like that. So it opens a lot of doors for you. You get to learn from the top professors of these top colleges. You get to be surrounded by the brightest minds of the country from different places, experience different cultures. So that was very attractive to me as a person. So that is why I wanted to join this PGDBA course.
Obviously, any virtual course, online courses is not going to give you the exposure, the
Yes,
outcome. Even there's a new trends in the B schools and the corporates. They are not giving so much value to these courses which are online and the virtual courses, because anyone
absolutely.
go and get it. Here you earn the PGDBA, you fight for it, you earn, and that's the earning is going to pay you. Now I want to ask few questions. That would be a rapid fire. Okay, so स्टार्ट करते हैं प्रगति से। तो प्रगति, वन वर्ड फॉर द पीजीडीबीए।
Uh, um, Great learning curve, exponential learning, I would say.
ग्रेट, मुझे लगा आप बोलोगे सेकंड होम। ये जनरली जो होता है ना क्लीसे वर्ड, दैट्स द एंड द होम विथ अ 3 रूम्स। अच्छी बात है। मोशिन, द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज।
Biggest challenge in PGDBA.
या
Managing, I think IIT ISM was a bit difficult for me, and I had to manage extracurriculars plus the studies over there. So that was a bit challenging.
ओके, सो मैथ्स हमेशा मतलब है, ये मैथ्स हैवी हम लोग इतना बात कर रहे हैं, ये एक्चुअली रिटन टेस्ट में हैवी होता है या कोर्स में भी हैवी होता है या हर एक जगह हैवी होता है?
रिटन टेस्ट में मतलब आई वुडंट से कि इतना जेई एडवांस लेवल का होता है. इट इज समवेयर बिटवीन जेई मेंस एंड द 12th बोर्ड लेवल. The thing is, the breadth is more if a person is new to it. And as I said, that
इन
everybody
कंप्लीट
would be.
अबाउट द कोर्स, कोर्स में भी मैथ्स है क्या? अपार्ट फ्रॉम द आईएसआई जाओगे तो फिर तो वहां तो प्रोबेबिलिटी सॉल्व करके सिद्धांत क्लैपिंग ले लेते हैं।
I think I wouldn't be the best person because I was already from a math background. किसी और को लेना है
बैच साइज क्या होता है?
I would be a bit biased toward the Batch size is 60.
60 तो ऐसे प्लेस कर देंगे तीनों के तीनों मिलके।
Officially
मतलब
it is 65, but yeah,
हाँ ठीक है, दैट इज 55 to 65 रहेंगे, वो तो नॉर्मल है
60
प्लस एंड
plus होते हैं. I think this batch has 61 students.
सिद्धांत आपसे क्वेश्चन है, बहुत बेसिक सा क्वेश्चन है। वन स्किल पीजीडीबीए गेव यू?
Sir, my tech proficiency. That's what I'll say, because there was a significant gap from my graduation to the time I joined this, and now I'm very comfortable. Not an expert, but yes, I'm comfortable.
या द बिग मॉम प्रगति, आपसे अगेन वन एडवाइस टू एस्पिरेंट।
Be genuinely interested in learning, and don't apply this as just one of your options. Genuinely explore the course and try to prepare yourself well. And yeah, that's pretty much.
शाली भी आपने बहुत ज्यादा पेजिंग कर दी है, आपके लिए लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, दैट्स व्हाई शुड नॉट डू पीजीडीबीए?
If you don't like maths, please don't do it, because maths forms a base. Even if you don't like coding, you will learn coding here. It's okay even if you don't like. But if you don't like maths, don't come, I would say. If you don't know maths, still come. But if you don't have interest, don't come, I would say. And also have a little business interest also. Don't take this like a technical course. You should have a little business angle also for this.
दैट्स द मैथ्स, यू पीपल सेइंग मैथ्स अगर आता है तभी आओ, अदरवाइज तो कोडिंग के लिए तो मैम ने कहा है कि जीपीटी तो है ही, उससे यूज कर ही सकते हैं, या वी कैन लर्न। और सिद्धांत जब सीख सकते हैं टेक तो कोई भी सीख सकता है, यूपीएससी दैन बैकग्राउंड। So that is PGDBA, the one course which is going to have. Thanks everyone for such honest, transparent, and the powerful insights. Here I would like to say, if someone is serious about analytics, जैसा आपने कहा, डिसीजन साइंस, बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम्स, लास्ट में आपने वर्ड यूज किया, PGDBA इज नॉट अ कोर्स जहां मैं ऐड करना चाहता हूं, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग आप करेक्ट करना, इट इज गोइंग टू बी द कैरियर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन प्रोग्राम, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग। ये आपके कैरियर को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकता है, डेफिनेटली जो आप कर रहे हो। दिस इज नॉट एन इजी पाथ, मैथ्स है, बट हाई इंपैक्ट पाथ हो सकता है आपकी लाइफ का, आप जो सुन रहे हो तो आप सोचना इसके बारे में। इफ यू हैव हंगर फॉर द नंबर्स, लॉजिक, मैथ्स, बिजनेस थिंकिंग, मुझे लगता है कि पीजीडीबी आपके लिए गेट ओपन कर सकता है। वी आर सिटिंग इन अ जनवरी, 2 महीने का है। 2 महीने में सारी मैम भी जो है बहुत इजीली क्रैक कर गई थी, दोनों ने कहा कि इतना इजी नहीं था, तो आप रिग्रेस प्रैक्टिस करो, पीजीडीएम आप क्रैक कर सकते हो। At the last, I would like to say, everyone wants a high-paying analytics job. Very few people are ready for discipline and demands. The question is, are you one of them? If you have discipline, you can sustain the 3 campuses. This course is for you. Thank you, everyone.